I am currently not able to function mentally, physically.
Anything, Lee.
Let me tell you something, folks. We're going to tell you. Just like last week we were doing this, this week we're doing this.
Yeah.
With a smile. But we'll get into that in a second. I think the cameras are live. I think the mics are live.
Okay.
I have no idea. We always find out an hour after the show if we were live or not. But Doodoo and Foo Show. I am one of your co-hosts, Dan Doodoo Savage.
I am Mike Crisafulli Foo.
The Doodoo and Foo Show, episode 24.
Oh, yeah.
Weeks in a row.
24 weeks in a row.
Bananas.
Yeah.
That's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
That 24 weeks. It's almost a half a year.
Yeah. We knew we'd do it.
I know, but jeez. I mean, straight weeks.
Straight.
And again, if you're not sure about the show or what we even do or who we are, we're just having fun.
That's it.
Like just
That's
goofing
it,
around,
man.
having
Yeah.
fun. It's led to some opportunities. It's led to some stuff we'll talk about someday down the road. But just having a good time. Now, well, let's stick on 24 first.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, got our guy.
Yeah, Kobe.
Kobe, the Mamba mentality, number 24.
Yeah.
And then let's change sports. Who's another one?
I always go to Ricky Henderson. That was my guy growing up. You know what I mean? I wore his number when I played softball all those years, 24.
Yeah.
Got to meet him. He was a nice guy. But
Where'd you meet him at? Where was
I met him at work.
At Vegas.
Yeah,
in Vegas.
he had a friend come to the bar on a New Year's Eve about 8 years ago. Probably longer than that, Dan. Geez, I'm going to be almost 10, 11 years old now, right? So, and he just says, hey, I'm here with Ricky Henderson, and we find a new place each year to do New Year's Eve. And I said, back up a second. I said, who'd you say?
Ricky Henderson.
He says, Ricky Henderson. I'm telling him, I go, that was my guy. He goes, I'll get him to come up here.
No way.
And the next day, he says, where are you going to be working tomorrow? I told him what bar I'd be at. He goes, he'll be here. And his name was Anthony. Anthony comes to the bar. He goes, Ricky's on his way up. Sure enough, Ricky comes up. And he says, Ricky, this is the guy I was telling you about. And he goes, oh, okay. And started talking, took the picture and everything.
Nice
guy, man.
Oh,
And a
that's
great guy.
solid.
And
Isn't that
was
good when you got a, I don't want to say the word hero. Maybe it is a hero, but a sports figure that you look, you enough to wear his number, in softball. And the fact that he just took the time out to come down.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge. A base stealing machine.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What do you think his second? I mean, he was a heck of an infielder too.
Outfield.
No, outfielder.
Outfield, yep.
But base stealing is what he's known for.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a jet back in the day. Lightning fast.
He won a Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. He did it all, man.
Yeah.
MVP.
Hall of Fame?
He's in, He's in the Hall of Fame, couple of World Series, and
Ever win one?
He did, yeah. I think he
did?
won one with the A's, the Blue Jays, yeah.
Oh, got one with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
The A's, yeah. So 24, Kobe. Who else you got? Jeez.
Oh, well,
There's a lot of people.
Well, he wore 24 because of Willie Mays.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Now you got Barry.
Who's that?
Yeah, right.
Willie
right.
Mays.
You got Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Who wore 24 because that's his godfather, Willie Mays. Okay, right?
Barry
So
Bonds, Willie Mays. Yeah, the connection.
the connection. But I mean, you got Ken Griffey too. Ken Griffey, right? Junior.
Junior. Yeah.
I don't think his dad wore 24, maybe, but
Yeah.
well, your guy too, Rick Barry.
Rick Barry wore 24. Yeah.
Barry 24.
Let me tell you, Rick Barry, for those of you who don't know, is number one, an avid fisherman.
Okay.
Has fished probably every ounce of water in the world.
Yeah.
But a world, see if I can word this right, one of the world's best pickleball players in his age group.
Did not know that.
Yeah, he just took it on, I don't know, I don't want to say how many years, but maybe like 6, 8 years ago.
Right.
And now he is like, his pickleball trophy room in his house probably rivals his basketball.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Masters, Elite Division. He's been doing it. He posts a lot of stuff online, but I get to follow Rick Barry, and isn't that funny? He's a heck of a fisherman. Him and I talked years ago to get him out to Cape Cod, and part of the draw to get him out, we were going to have him do a camp, and he's just one track mind, well, 2 track mind, fishing and golf.
Sure.
He's like, I'm going to go to Cape Cod, fish, play golf, and oh, by the way, I'll show up to your camp.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he's been good. We don't really not stay in contact like that, but he'll comment on stuff and I'll
Right.
tell him good job and, things of that nature. But yeah, Rick Barry, 24. Yeah.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24 weeks.
There's,
Golly.
even my guy Bill Bradley for the Knicks.
Bill Bradley.
And I only know that because he was a Knickerbocker Hall of Famer. But
So Bill Bradley.
yeah,
There's a connection there, but I don't want to. I might be wrong with it, but do you know how many sons he has, or if he has sons?
that I don't know. I
I feel
do
like there's
not.
a connection to when I left Becker College. They had a new coach come in, and I feel like there was a relation to Bill Bradley, whether it was his son
Okay.
or somebody came in and coached, but I can't remember. My brain is leaving me.
That's all right.
But yeah, a lot of number 24s. I mean, think about that's pretty much a Mount Rushmore. We just
Oh, that's
Kobe,
a big number. Yeah.
Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
your guy,
They're all Hall of Famers.
Ken
Well,
Griffey.
Except Bonds, but yeah. Yeah. But
Bonds,
we know
I
what
mean,
he did with the numbers. His
jeez.
numbers that he
Numbers
put
are
up.
bananas.
Yeah.
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. How about even thinking about this now? How about Jeff Gordon in NASCAR?
Jeff Gordon. Yeah.
Right?
Number 24, the 24
Yeah,
car. Yeah,
24
that's
car, yeah.
24 is a heavy number.
Yeah.
When we get, geez, I guess, well, we'll never get past the numbers because you got Rodman wore 99. I mean, that's
Yeah, yeah.
That's 99 weeks away is a ways away. Hopefully we get there. But
Yeah.
I wonder when it's all said and done and we have these little conversations at the beginning of our podcast about numbers, is
Yeah.
what number is legit it?
Yeah.
What's the number?
What's the- right,
24
what's
is
the
right there, man. 24, 23.
23 like we did last week. Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean,
We didn't start doing this way back then, but 8 for Kobe, you know what I mean?
Eight
Yeah.
with Kobe
Big
too.
number,
yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's gonna be a good one. We'll have to get back to that.
Yeah.
So we're 7 minutes into the podcast. We usually go somewhere around 50 minutes. I'm ready to fall asleep.
Oh, buddy.
So what did we do? Well, we eat. For those of you maybe just tuning in, we like to break bread before we do the podcast. We switch off bringing food. This week
Yep.
was Mike, and he dropped the bomb. Tell him what we had.
Rolling smoke
Tell 'em what we had.
barbecue. Man, yeah, I know, right then. The baby back ribs, the hush puppies, and they have an off the menu. The lady was telling me this. An off the menu brisket and mac and cheese wrap. The container was so heavy.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, because I saw it online, and then when I went into the place, it wasn't on the menu, and I asked her, I says, "These are the only wraps you have?" She says, "Yeah," and then a couple seconds later, she goes, "Well, we do have the brisket mac and cheese wrap, which I saw online." She goes, "It's our secret menu," and man, let me tell you,
I think they're making a critical marketing mistake by having that be in a secret menu.
yeah, it's not on the menu in the shop there.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And then a couple different types of sauces to come with it. I was using the
Yeah.
sweet. Man, let me tell you, those ribs. Look at me, my mouth's watering. All right, first of all, let's just. All right, whatever. Week 24. We both unanimously said this is it. This is number
Yeah.
one. Like we've had some good meals. We've had some okay meals. We've had like maybe 2 or 3 kind of like didn't make the cut at all.
No.
But this one is 1
yeah,
and 2's
yeah.
pretty far
we
down.
both agree on that one.
it's-
Yeah, we both
it's
agree
big
it's
time.
the best one.
The
yet,
only knock we could possibly give him is what?
Oh, there was no napkins or utensils in the bag. I should have checked
Barbecue.
it, but
Barbecue.
It's barbecue. I probably should have checked the
No,
bag
no,
before
no.
I
And
left.
it's a joke.
but
I'm
it's
not
funny
knocking
though,
the
but
food.
yeah.
I'm not knocking the food, but number one by a lot.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Rolling Smoke Barbecue.
Rolling Smoke Barbecue here in Las Vegas. Let me
Yes.
tell you, I'm not one of those. We'll call it like it is. That, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I could eat that twice a week. And it's
was
funny
on
because I
point.
was telling Julie on the before I was coming in this morning that we had like a little barbecue here at school. It's called Connections, and
Yeah.
all the school groups within the school, whether it's IT department or athletics, or all the schools have a table and they talk about themselves, and all the students get to go around and they get little goodies, and you get a bunch of stuff and you learn about the programs and the clubs, and it's a big event. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
a lot of people come to that. I would guess a couple thousand people come through.
Nice,
So
nice.
we get to talk about athletics, and they give the students a little they call it a passport, and it's got probably 100 tables. And when you go to a table, you interact with the table, and if you interact and ask about it, they'll initial it. and once you get a certain amount, you can go get your free food, get free barbecue.
nice.
So they entice so now we're having awesome conversations. And so they did that, but the staff obviously eats for free. And now anybody who's at CSN is going to understand this. We have a gentleman that he just left CSN last year, but his name was Kim Booth. And Kim worked in like the admissions slash, he was kind of in that space where it was eligibility type stuff and making sure your Coach Lee's starting practice, making sure your transcripts are in and things of that nature for everybody else, but he helped athletics big time. So Kim Booth's 3 favorite days of the year are connections in Henderson, connections in West Charleston, and connections at North Las Vegas, because he was the grill master. He's the one who, so
okay.
he works in an office all year. These are the 3 days he gets paid to go grill for the whole school.
That's awesome.
And he would put on a show, and he'd always be like, Savage, come on. And they got cheeseburgers and dogs. And I was telling Julie this morning. I'm like, man, no Kim Booth this year. It's not going to be the same.
Right.
He's good. He just moved on to a new job.
Okay.
He went from working at a college to working in a funeral home in St. George, Utah. Like talk about a flipperooski.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So anyway, Kim Booth is he'd call me aside and be like, hey, Savage, come over here. Like, you don't need a ticket. Come here. I'm talking like 1 year it was a triple cheeseburger. One year he's got like onions. He's sauteing. Nobody else is getting them. He's throwing them on mine. I'm like, man. So when I was leaving this morning, I knew we were going to have dinner tonight. And I'm like, if I have barbecue at 2 o'clock and then eat again when Mike gets here, I'm going to be in trouble. So it took me all day to not eat. James, our play-by-play guy, was assistant SID. He was down there with me, and he was like, "Just go get something to eat." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I can't. I'm gonna." And you know what? I didn't, and I'm so glad I didn't, because that barbecue that you
heavy.
just brought is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I mean, I didn't know how heavy that was going to be, but that was great, man. That was great.
Yeah. And you tapped out. I tapped out. I put a pause on, so I may fall asleep during the show, but when it's over, I'm gonna knock the rest of that food out or bring it home, and it's going down tonight. So anyway, great day of food. Sports, man, we had talked about NFL's cranking up. What a pretty cool first week of college football. Wasn't a ton of upsets, right? I mean, USC beat LSU, but that was
they're both ranked teams.
USC's. It was funny. You would think USC would be playing here in Las Vegas in front of a home crowd, and that was not the case. LSU had like 75% of that place sold
They
out.
did. I saw them walking all around my place too. There was a lot of LSU fans here.
LSU came
over the
heavy.
weekend.
Some good college games. I'm sure there was some upsets I'm not thinking of, but there's so much football happening between college. Obviously, NFL starting tonight. We got the Ravens versus Kansas City. You got the Packers versus the 49ers on Monday. Is that Monday or Sunday?
Packers, Eagles tomorrow.
Right. Friday night.
Yeah, the Monday. Man, I forget the Monday game. I got to look that up all of a sudden.
Monday game is...
I think it is the Niners.
Oh, it's not the Jets. I thought it was the Niners-Jets.
Oh, Niners-Jets. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I thought you said Okay, yeah, you're right.
Niners-Jets.
The Packers, Eagles tomorrow. Niners-Jets Monday. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow.
You're right.
Yep. And of course, week 2 of football. Who's Colorado taking on?
I'd be honest, I haven't checked the schedule, but I can check it right now real quick and see what they got.
Colorado has got a tough one
Let's see
coming up.
what we got here.
It's not Nebraska, is it? No. I know Nebraska's coming up soon because 2 of our employees here are alma maters or live in that area. And
they do. It's in Nebraska.
This weekend?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. In
so
Nebraska.
our athletic director, Yvonne Wade, is she ran track and is in the Hall of Fame at Colorado for track. And then our academic advisor over athletics, Betsy Anderson, is from Nebraska, so she claims Nebraska.
Okay.
So
all right.
Last year they played, and I believe they had to Colorado won, so Betsy had to wear a big Colorado chain for a whole week. So I don't know. Nebraska looked good last week, and as we were talking last week, Colorado just they kind of scraped it out. They won. And that's the name of the game, is winning.
Just win, yeah.
That's going to be that. And then high school football.
Yeah.
Bishop Gorman, number 2 in the country,
Yeah.
versus Mater Dei, number one in the country.
Yeah, they're always
one versus
yeah.
two.
Modern Day
that's a
is
big
always
one.
up there. Yeah,
And I think that's Friday night. I think that's tomorrow night.
That's
So
huge. Yeah,
football is big. You know, I think I had said last week I like the Eagles this year. I know they're not the heavy favorite, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think I'm excited. I know Julie doesn't love the football season too much, but I'm excited to see a second week of college football and just kind of piece it together and watch some NFL.
And for you people that have DirecTV right now, ESPN and Disney.
I know.
No
trouble.
contract.
That's
Believe that?
crazy.
Yeah. But if you got Cox Cable, you're good, or the Dish Network. But
So I tuned into DirecTV last week, and they were doing something like they were kind of like playing the audio in the background, like trying to come a workaround.
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Crazy. Yeah.
Big contract dispute.
Yeah.
And that's I don't want to say billions of dollars, but it's
big.
It might be billions of dollars.
Yeah. Suppose they go the whole college season without it.
Yeah.
But not only that, but Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
So I'm going to throw an early blind rank at you.
Oh, shoot.
Only
Okay.
16 minutes in. I'm thinking, hey, we're here, NFL. It's a short one. There's only 5.
Yeah. Let's do
But
it.
we're going to blind rank the best brothers in NFL history.
Okay. All right.
Actually, we're going to go 6
Okay.
because I just thought of something.
Okay.
Blind rank, so you don't know who's coming next.
Right.
Let's start with Tiki and Rondé Barber.
There's 6.
No. Let's go 5. Let's stay with 5 because I'm not sure about the 6.
I was going to put him right in the middle and go 3. I'll still put him in the middle 3 because Rondé's a Hall of Famer.
The Barber brothers. Obviously, New York, Miami. Where else did they play?
Rondé was with Tampa. Tiki only played with New York with the Giants.
Whole career.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't like Coughlin's ways, so he decided to call it quits.
Retire.
And what you know, that year they won the
Broadcasting.
Super Bowl.
And they won the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Strahan almost did the same thing, but Strahan came back
Yeah.
and won the Super Bowl, and then him and Coughlin got along. But yeah,
Could you imagine that?
yeah,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a tough one.
yeah.
Shannon and Sterling Sharp.
2. I got to put him ahead of Sterling. Would have, man, if he hadn't hurt his neck, he would have had a longer career, better numbers.
Man, I'm telling you.
Sterling, yeah.
JJ and TJ Watt. Thought this was going to be a walk in the park, did you?
I'm gonna say there's a better pair out there. Put him at 4.
Ahead of the Tiki Barbers. Isn't that
Yeah.
blind ranking tricky?
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's all right. Clay Matthews and Casey Matthews.
Yeah, put him 5. Even though they're related to Bruce Matthews, right? And Hall of
Bruce
Famer
the father,
and
right?
Father,
Bruce the
yeah,
father?
I think so. Yeah,
It's the Matthews family.
Family,
Forget about
yeah.
brothers. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'll let you pick number 1.
Oh, you want me to pick number 1, brothers in football? I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
Well, yeah, come on. Listen, I think this is going to be a segment where your dad's yelling at the.
The brothers in football.
your dad's
I really
giving you
never
the
thought
business.
about brothers in football.
Listen, we got to name this segment. The part of the part of the show where dad's going, Mike.
Why? Who you got for me? Who am I forgetting, Dan?
Guys,
And I thought there was going to be a number 1 on there too.
there isn't. This is clearly the number 1.
Let me think. I'm forgetting somebody.
It's your people. One of them.
One of them might be.
Oh,
So are you talking Syracuse people?
no, this is NFL.
Like they're from Syracuse? Oh,
Well, I think you're going Rocket and is that what you're thinking with Syracuse?
with the
Raheem
the
and
Ishmaels.
Ishmaels?
Nah, you're right. Nah. Who you got for me?
Peyton and Eli.
Oh yeah, Peyton and Eli. I'm just not. I'm a Giants fan. Was never a big Eli fan.
And you just ate a whole bunch of food. You're in a bit of a food
yeah,
coma.
yeah. You could put them up there, number 1, I guess.
All right, so now
Yeah, out of those 5, I guess. Yeah.
so how would you redo this now? You got Peyton Eli, Shannon Sterling, the Barbers, JJ and TJ, and the Matthews. How would you rank it without the blind?
See. It's tough to move Payne and Eli out of number 1 for what they
Super Bowls.
for what they accomplished. But I'm saying if Sterling never hurt his neck,
But you got to go with what they did. I'm with you. Shannon, the Watts brothers, the Barbers, and the Matthews.
oh wow,
All right?
you could probably put the Watts ahead of the Barbers.
Yeah.
JJ's going to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
His brother there is playing out of his mind.
Listen, they're not done. The thing of it is, Peyton and Eli are done. Shannon and Sterling are done.
Yeah.
Barbers are done. Matthews, I think one's still playing, if I'm not.
And they had good.
And the Watts have Derek playing too.
yeah, right. There's three
Derek
of them.
plays.
Yeah, there's three of them.
Yeah.
Geez, just the way TJ's playing. Yeah, there you go.
Shout out Coach Lee for the liquid death. Severed lime.
You could throw the Watts ahead of the Sharps.
Jumping from 4 to 2.
Keep the Mannings there.
Manning's 1. JJ and TJ 2. Shannon, Sterling 3. Barbers 4. Matthews 5. That's tough.
There you go.
I saw that. Like I said, I always try to look for something that I can blind rank with you. And
Yeah, that's
get a
good.
little conversation starter. I'm like, man, that is a heck of a group of brothers. I mean, JJ Watt, watching him play when he was at his top level, one of the funnest players in the NFL in my all my years. When he was getting after it.
He was a beast.
Oh, he was tough.
Yeah, he was way tough, yeah.
And then the Barbers,
Well, Rondé made the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
Tiki had a decent career. Actually had a good career.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and Coughlin was the one that told him how to hang on to the ball without fumbling because he had he was fumble prone.
Absolutely.
But who's the sixth one that you were thinking about?
I was gonna say somebody you can add somebody I couldn't think
I see
of,
what you're saying.
but I don't.
Okay.
You know, like you said, the Ishmaels. I don't.
I'd
I'm
have
trying
to
to
think
think
about
of.
it. There's some out there, but I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
you got to think of big ones. But
Yeah, but those are big time. Matthews. I mean, geez, Clay. Clay's another fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Go Green Bay.
yeah, oh yeah,
Fun to watch. But yeah, it's gonna little. Like I said, conversation starter in the NFL.
yeah.
I don't know. Peyton and Eli have caused me a lot of grief in my years as a Patriots fan.
Especially Eli, I know.
Especially Eli, because think about this. I know you're a Giants fan, right? Think about if the Patriots won those two.
Yeah. All those other Super Bowls were close. Patriots just about.
Yeah.
Either won close or lost close. But yeah, you're right. If they would have won those two, which I never thought when the Giants made that trade, right, for that first pick, they swapped picks with the Chargers, right?
Yeah,
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. Yeah.
I never thought Eli would get him to the Super Bowl, let alone win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He won two. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. He won two. But man,
Peyton won.
He won two.
2 and 2. Yeah.
We had one with the Colts, one with the Broncos.
Yeah.
But watching Eli during the regular season, damn, pulling
Tough
my
to
hair
watch.
out. He was tough to watch.
Tough to watch, but played when it counted.
And he did, and he won two. And usually the MVP more or less goes to the quarterback in the Super Bowl for the most part. And he got those two MVPs, and good for him. And he'll probably get in the Hall of Fame because of all of that. But
yeah. Was he a Hall of Fame player?
But me being a Giants fan, Phil Simms should be in the Hall of Fame before Eli Manning.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no, that was a good blind ranking there, and Eli and Peyton, yeah, right to the top there. Yeah.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Oh, buddy, I'm just sitting. I'm sitting here. I don't know.
We're gonna talk about food now.
Yeah.
You guys can join in at home. Okay. Top 10 list. This isn't blind ranking. You're just gonna name them out.
Yep.
Top 10 list. It's a food-based one, right?
Yep.
So here we go with this one. This is most animals eaten as food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And remember, it's numbers. It's not pounds of food. It's numbers.
Kind of like what we did before.
Yeah. So it's the amount of this particular animal is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how many you can get out of 10. Some surprising ones in here.
Got to be a cow, right?
Cow is not on the top 10.
For food eaten by animals, really? Okay.
No, animals eaten by humans. Yeah, food. But one cow is a ton of food. So that's what I'm trying to explain is it's numbers.
Oh, numbers of cows eaten during the year?
Which is a lot.
Is what you're saying.
So I'm saying there's some foods that are a little bit smaller, but we eat so many of them. It's a tricky list, man. But cows is a good pick, but it's not top 10. believe it or not. And you got to remember, this isn't the United States. This is the world. There's some
yeah.
wacky foods. No, not wacky foods. I shouldn't say wacky, but some ethnic foods that we wouldn't eat here. That
Right,
people are
which
eating
are
somewhere.
delicatessen in their
Yeah.
countries, yeah.
How about that? There you go.
Wow.
But
Chicken?
Chicken's number one.
Chicken because they're smaller, yeah.
Chicken's a little bit
chicken.
smaller, and it's everybody in the world eats chicken. So you got chicken. Number one, out of the way. Look at you.
Chicken, turkey.
Turkey's not on the
Does
list.
it need to make the list?
Nope, that's more.
Holy smoke. Animals, huh?
Yeah.
What about, oh my gosh.
Quite a few from the sea. Couple with
Yeah,
wings.
I mean-
Couple with wings.
I was going to say, a fish, but I mean, like, what are we, like, a type of fish?
Yeah, type of fish.
Okay.
But think about it. What?
Salmon?
Nope. Next guess is going to be a ding, ding, ding.
I got to think of my fishes.
when you're a kid, what do you?
We
what
got
type
cod. We got
No.
codfish, salmon.
What type of sandwich do you make when you're a kid?
Yeah, tuna fish is
Tuna.
up there.
you go.
Yeah.
That's 10.
I mean, how many fishes are on there though?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
listen. It's the only fish, but there's a bunch
Or how
more
many
from the
fish are
ocean.
on there? Yeah. Okay.
There's a bunch more from the. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 from the ocean that aren't fish.
Yeah. What about octopus?
Octopus is 7.
7.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
More octopus than cows. Are eaten.
Cows. Well, I guess if, like you said, cows.
Yeah,
are-
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would squid be on there?
Squid is not on
Not
there.
on there.
No,
Okay.
no. And then you got
Wow. Okay.
a couple with wings. You already got chicken, but there's 2 more with wings. It's crazy that these 2 are on there and turkey's not.
Huh. Wow, Dan, that's a good one. You got to start thinking what these other countries eat. You know what I mean?
Well, think America first, right? So you got through meat, not on there from
Right.
You got through chicken. What's the next meat in America we consume a lot of?
I don't know if pork on like pig. Is
Pig,
pig
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
Yeah, pig is on. Pig is on there.
Pig's
Okay,
8.
pig.
Yeah, pig is 8.
Pig is 8. Yeah, I was gonna say lamb. You know what I mean? But lamb's not on there,
Lamb's
right?
not on there. No. Let's go back to the water. Think about when you're at a buffet and you go to the seafood section. What do you
What
see?
do we got? Crab.
Nope.
I mean,
What else?
lobster.
Nope. Every buffet has
I
this.
think
at
I'm
their
getting
seafood.
away from it a little bit here.
You're close.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. There it is.
Shrimp is on
Shrimp
there.
is
okay.
number 3.
Really?
'Cause think of how
right,
many-
because how
yeah.
small they are. Right. Okay.
Shrimp is 3. Yeah.
What about clams?
I'm gonna give you clams, but it's oysters.
Is it oysters? Okay.
Oysters,
Wow,
yeah.
yes, man. I never got into oysters, man. I
Yeah.
know we've talked about that before,
no,
but
we used to eat them right out of the shell.
Yeah.
And it tastes like nothing, unless you put some horseradish and some, you got to
Hot
season it up.
sauce on
But
it,
I
yeah.
did have Rockefeller, Oysters Rockefeller
Yeah.
down at the Palace Station. It was freaking delicious.
yeah, Palace
And it was like
Station's
$1 a piece if you get 6 of them. Oh, so
Yeah.
good. So one other in the water, you're probably not going to get it. It's number 2 on the list. is
Really?
Sardines.
sardines. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
All right. Yeah, I think my dad likes sardines. I know he likes anchovies, but
Yeah, anchovies. Yeah,
yeah.
sardines, number 2 on the list.
yeah, I don't think I would have guessed sardines.
So let's see. 4 and 5 have wings,
4 and 5 have wings.
and they both can fly. I guess. Yeah, they both can fly. Some have wings but can't. But like like an ostrich or something. But
There's only 2 left.
and there's 3. One. I can't imagine you're going to get number 9. But let's see if we can get one, either 4 or 5
1, 4, 5
with wings.
that people eat.
I'd say one is consumed here in America, not at the top of a list, but if you go to a Chinese restaurant, it's on the menu at every Chinese restaurant. But outside of Chinese restaurants and some really like high class places, you're not going to see this.
No, and it's a bird.
It's a bird.
What bird is that?
It's a duck.
Duck. Yeah, there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is that a
absolutely.
pretty good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chinese food restaurants is all kinds of duck.
Yeah, you don't see duck too much on a menu.
You don't.
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah.
No.
And then I'm just going to give you the other two. Number 5 is goose. I know.
Okay.
Who knew? Where are they
Okay,
eating
goose. Yeah.
Who's eating goose?
Right.
And number 9's rabbit.
Rabbit. Yeah. Okay.
Is that where does that, I picture like India? Is
yeah.
that like
That's a delicatessen.
Is it?
For some countries? I imagine. Yeah.
yeah? I knew that many rabbits existed.
Rabbit. Wow.
Yeah, so chicken 1, sardines 2,
Yeah.
shrimp 3, duck 4, goose 5, oyster 6, octopus 7, pig 8. I mean, we just had
Yeah. We just said. Ooh, yeah.
rabbit 9, tuna 10.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever come up with rabbit. Yeah. That's interesting.
Crazy.
That is crazy. That's a good one.
Some of those
Yeah.
things, I when I come across them during the week, I'm like, yeah, at least throw it on the list. Throw it out there.
No,
Not
that's
everything's
a
gotta
good
be-
one. That's good.
Got to be sports, but
No, that's good.
speaking of sports, is Caitlin Clark running away with it or no? I'm tired of hearing this.
Well, here's the thing. Coming into this year, I don't think that team has had a winning record in 7 years, maybe,
I don't even know.
in 9 out of the last 11 or something like this, right? They're in the playoffs already.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. What is this? The second year I think they expanded the schedule to 40 games, right? I think
Is it
or something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, you could be right.
And
Let's
she-
ask Kelsey.
Kelsey, what do you think?
Second year. Thanks, Kelsey.
There it is, confirmed.
Thank you.
But yeah, they have a winning record now, again, and she's got them in the playoffs. You know, yeah, like it says, they haven't been in the playoffs in maybe 8 years. It is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They won it before that.
Oh, and they even started the year on a rocky start. and
Started
everybody's
out
like,
rocky.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but yeah, what an improvement. Leah Boston helps on that team too, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. And the other guard, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but the guard duo is just fantastic.
And it's good to see that they picked right because they were so bad. They had the first pick last year, Leah Boston, first
Yeah.
pick this year, Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
and it's helped and good for them.
I think she just had a triple-double last night or the night before.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, see, it's
And just the stuff she's doing is amazing, and I get it. I get it with the rebounds, and I get it with the play for what's her name?
Reese.
Yeah, Reese.
Angel Reese,
Angel Reese, but
She's putting up big numbers. So she's already
Huge,
broke
man.
the.
She's
She already broke the single season rebound record. There's
Crazy.
games to be played. She's gonna smash
Crazy.
that record.
And then,
But,
of course, there's the Cheryl Swoops comments from back right before Caitlin Clark was going to break the record. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I missed that.
So Cheryl Swoops, obviously one of the all-time greats, and it's some interesting backstory here, some CSN connection, actually, believe it or not. But when Caitlin Clark was about to break Kelsey Plum's record,
Yeah.
Cheryl Swoops was on a podcast, and they asked her about it, and she's like, I just don't think it's fair because she had a COVID year. If you're going to break the record, you should do it in the same amount of years. Plum did it in 4. Kelsey had a COVID. I mean, Kelsey Plum did it in 4 years, and Caitlin Clark has a COVID year. And she's like, I just don't think it's the same. She was misspoken. She wasn't correct. Caitlin Clark could have come back and played this year.
Yeah, she could have. Yes.
This would have been her COVID
Yeah.
year.
Right.
And she chose not to.
Yeah.
So she actually broke the record in less games than Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
So Cheryl Swoops was just wrong. And a lot of people were just saying it's an older player and hating and, you know, just all these comments about, oh, it's not going to be the same. And, you know, all these things. So Cheryl Swoops took a beating online. You know, it's just not accurate facts.
Right.
But I struggle with that. I struggle with that premise, period, because you're talking about like even LeBron and Kareem is like, what do you have to play the same exact number of days and games? And like, you just can't do that. It's again, Jordan didn't play
Yeah. Yeah.
nearly as many games as
Right.
LeBron. I mean,
But that's, LeBron broke it. Good for him. He was able to come out of high
Exactly.
school and get it started early. And Jabbar didn't, of course, but Jabbar still played over 20 years. He still played a
the
ton
longevity
of games.
for those two
And that's
is
good for them.
undeniable.
Good for them, right.
You got to keep your body healthy, your mind. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. So
Right.
it was unfortunate that she said that. I don't know. I'm sure she came out and apologized. But the CSN connection is Danetta Coleman, who runs a very popular podcast here. I've been lucky enough to be on twice. No Plays Off Sports.
Nice.
She was on the original CSN women's basketball team
Okay.
way back,
Way
20
back.
years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And so she caught up with Cheryl Swoops after the Aces game 2 nights ago and said, "Do you want to clarify anything?" And with Caitlin Clark, and she's like, "Listen, Caitlin Clark's an amazing player." Kind of, I don't want to say backtrack, but she clarified some stuff, and it's just interesting. The way Caitlin plays is like, I guess as a coach, man, that's what you want. She only has one speed.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks crazy and acts crazy, and it's not, maybe not the most appropriate way to play, but that speed, that level she plays at is just, gosh, it's crazy to watch.
And it's funny you bring Caitlin Clark up and all of this. I just saw a YouTube or video a couple of days ago when she was in high school, and maybe it's the fans just trying to get at her and get in her head, but yelling overrated. And she's lighting it up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but she can play. She does all aspects: rebounds, passes, scores.
Yeah.
Good teammate. But she's good. She's legit, man. Obviously, she can play. Man.
Again, Angel Reese is doing some special things, and there's been rumors out there that they're going to go co-rookie of the year to so the WNBA saves face a little bit.
It could happen.
Yeah,
you can't deny what Angel Reese is doing.
Could you imagine if they had co-MVPs though?
No, not this year. Well,
I'm saying in general, ever has there ever been?
Oh, ever? No, I don't think
Like
there
in
has been
major
in
sports?
WNBA. Wasn't there a co-MVP I thought in baseball when Keith Hernandez, right?
I don't
was
know.
Keith Hernandez, Bill Matlock, or something like that?
How about that? Look at that.
I think.
Spitting facts.
But yeah, co-rookie of the year, co-MVP. It's all in the vote, obviously.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
I wonder if they purposely make sure that they have an odd number to avoid that.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
But then again, suppose somebody splits up their vote half and half.
Can you? You can split up your vote?
I think so. Why not? Right? I think you might be able to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
These are our very interesting questions from the Doo and Foo show. No, it'll be interesting. We're coming down. We obviously got the Kelsey Plum bobblehead we put up last week. We got the Aces replica
It's cool.
2023 World Championship banner up on the wall. I know you can't see it, but again, thanks to Mona and Bo. And she gets mad that I thank Bo, but when there's one, there's the other. They never see them separated. So WNBA is kind of hitting the home stretch here.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we'll be starting to talk about basketball preseason and
camp
and all
hockey,
that stuff. Hockey, everything's about to crank back up because there's like a 3-week window where everything's going, isn't there?
Yeah.
Football's still going. WNBA, because now of the Olympic break and things, is still going.
Yeah.
NBA starts. Hockey starts. Baseball's still going. Everything's going for like a 3-week period.
Well, if baseball goes to Game 7, it's in November.
It's in November.
Right?
Yeah.
If they go to
and
Game
basketball
7.
and obviously hockey have started way before that. And football's still going on. So it's WNBA is now, as a major sport, is the one because of that holiday break, the Olympic break. It pushed the ending back. So
right.
I want to say it's like a 3-week window where every single sport's playing, major sport.
Yeah.
I don't know about soccer. I probably should.
Good time of the sports year.
Good time in the sports year. We good time of sports here in CSN. I haven't talked about CSN a little
let's
bit.
do it.
So tomorrow will be our second week of school. And the players take classes. They take basketball classes and strength and conditioning classes. So it's an opportunity for us to see them, teach them about strength and conditioning, and they go through the workouts. Teach them about basketball, and they go through the workouts. And I like what I see so far.
Good.
Utah Tech yesterday just released their season schedule, and game number 1 is versus CSN.
Oh,
and it's an exhibition game.
Yeah,
It doesn't count towards either record, but we get to go up and play Aaliyah
up in their place
at Utah Tech.
And what days that fall on?
That's a Friday.
That's on a Friday.
Yep. We might be doing the show from Utah Tech.
Yeah, I'll have to make the ride. I got Friday off. I'll have to make the ride up there.
I'm sure Julie will co-pilot with you.
Yeah, of course. Like we did when we went to Barstow. Yeah.
So we're doing that. Now the team will go up in the afternoon. The game's at 1:00 up at Utah Tech. So we'll go up and we'll play from 1 to 3. And then we get right in the van and go right to Salt Lake sleep overnight, and the next day we have a 4-game jamboree. So
Oh, nice.
it's a busy
Cool.
2 days, but it was pretty cool to see them put out their their calendar, and there's CSN's little logo, first one. So yeah, I'm excited. I think we've talked about it before, coming off such a successful year last year, 25-5 overall record, and losing to the eventual conference champs in overtime. We had some good stuff. All my sophomores playing at the next level, all the good things, right? The 3.5 GPA, all the good things. This team here that I have this year has the ability there's no doubt, to be around that same area. Still got some things to figure out. I still got to learn some things, what we do well, what we don't. Just announced a really nice transfer today. Cece, she transferred to us from Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah.
So that just dropped on our Instagram. If you're looking, CSN _WBB on Instagram. And so some our sophomores are doing great. We're getting some kids back from the injury bug. We got 1 or 2 that are getting closer every day to coming back. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And it's a good group. It's one of those groups that's a sponge. They want to learn. They want to experience more. They want to do more. They're doing a good job holding themselves accountable in those classes. And it's gonna be fun. You can hear the men behind us. I can hear it. Coach Lee's down there. They got the nighttime practice or nighttime classes, so they're down there doing their thing. And I mean, come on, November, hurry up and get here.
It's good. There's a lot of talent on the team again this year, and when you like you says at the JC level, you're going to lose players. It's constantly a turnover, so you got to get these kids to get used to playing with each other, which is what open gym is good for in a way. But there's talent on this team. Because we were wondering about not that we were wondering just talent, we were wondering how it was going to look.
How it will look,
especially you as the coach, and seeing what I saw.
So, what are some intriguing players for you this year?
It's Adrian in the middle, man. I think. She's it, man. She's big. I think she's gonna have a big year.
I do too.
She's got that big body in the middle there for you, and she just. That girl hustles, man, and she's your one that's on the court diving for ball. Even in open gym, she's diving for the ball.
Open gym today. Coach Tracy was like, "All right, we got to get her off the floor." Like she just doesn't have. There's not a question whether you dive for the ball or not. She just does, and that's not even a coaching thing. That's a DNA thing. That's just what she does. Is she's not gonna allow anybody to get a loose ball. It's her ball. Like that's just how she thinks.
And that's good. I love her game. Krista's game is good, of course.
Yeah.
And when Mitch comes back, I told you that last year. I even told her parents that.
Yeah.
And when I said, I love your daughter's game. I love Mitch's game.
She's working hard to get back, man. She's
working hard to get back,
hoping early October is the date. She really wants to play against Utah Tech. I think that's going to be a stretch. We're going to try, Mitch. We're going to try.
Yeah.
We're going to try. But we want her to be 100% no limitations when she comes back. But she's a dynamic player just because she's all over the place.
Yeah, she's one of those long defenders, right? The long bodies with
got a couple of
with
those
the
this
length.
year.
Cece, and we just mentioned Krista. And man, there's a lot on this team. Faith running the point. Braylon, you even said
Braylon's
Braylon.
been shooting the
She's
ball.
been shooting well, and she can shoot well.
Yeah, absolutely. She's playing with some confidence this year.
Man, I don't want to forget anybody because I just, I like the team. Who am I forgetting? No, I'm forgetting. Cieli's got the nice little mid-range lefty. You know what I mean?
Cieli's back off of her injury and she's putting in the work, which I love about Cieli. And I tell her all the time, I'm proud of her for getting out there because she could just say, hey, this hurts, that hurts. And she's going through it, and she's finding her groove. She hasn't played college basketball in a year and a half.
Right.
So she's going to have, there's a lot. Yeah, you don't have to list the whole thing, but.
I was just going to say Selena, too. Like I like.
Transfer.
She sees the court. I don't want to forget anybody, but,
Yeah. No, it's some good pieces. And, even those pieces that we brought on, there, you got Bree, the shooter that came in from D3. You got Kayla, the transfer.
Yeah.
You got Lizzie, the true freshman from Durango. You got Bianca.
Bianca's
getting better. Wait till you see her every day.
She's a sponge, man. She just
tell the folks a little bit about our little conversations about Bianca.
She soaks it all in. She hustles up and down the court, both ends of the court, just getting better and better.
Every time she
and
steps in the
better.
court.
And it's
And
great
she
to
wants
see.
it. Yeah.
And she wants it.
And a lot of these kids want it, but Bianca's special because she wanted to come here. She accepted the role of a potential, not a potential, but a developmental player. This is where you're coming here to get better.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee in travel. There's no guarantee in playing time. No guarantee on anything.
Yeah.
Just do it. And she's taken as much advantage of a situation like that as I've seen in my 30-plus years of coaching multiple sports.
Absolutely. I love her hustle. I think I even said that from day one, the
Yeah.
way she hustled. That was the open gym, whatever. I think it was the open
Fearless.
gym I saw.
She's fearless.
Yeah, which is great to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's talent on the team. I think we're going to have another good year. I'm not just saying it because we're here right now, but from what I see with the girls, I think so.
So what I tell
Yeah.
them, and I do feel like this, I think right now we're a 500 team today, right
Yeah.
now, 500 team.
Okay.
I think if we just show up and play with no additional improvement in coaching, we're a 500 team. Like we can beat a lot of teams. Man, we do the work. And this,
Yeah.
I say me, my coaching staff, my players, my
Players.
captains, my returners,
Yeah.
the whole thing. If we all put in work, it could be another special year back to back. And again, fighting that battle of no dorms, no scholarships,
Yeah,
and
right.
you're playing teams that have dorms and scholarships and recruit internationally. And it's not this is never a complaint because it is what it is. I accept the challenge.
Yeah.
It makes it that much sweeter when you win. But to have back to back and we're pretty much coming up on 3 years now of a winning record, or at least doing well. To continue that with those challenges is amazing. And I'm working my tail off recruiting kids right now for another 2 years.
Yep.
When this podcast ends at 7:15, I'm getting on a call with a player from Arizona.
Yeah.
Who I offered about 2 weeks ago, getting on a call with her and her parents. So my day started early this morning.
Yeah.
8:30. I'm on the on the road coming
Yeah.
in. Work. What time is it now? Almost 7.
Oh,
We're gonna
shoot.
finish up the
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah.
Then at 7:15, I jump on a recruiting call.
Yeah.
At some point, I see my family.
You know what's great too, Dan, is you're limited to how many non-Nevadans you can have
Correct.
on the team,
Yep.
and you got kids that want to come here and play for you.
Yeah.
Seen it, heard it,
Yep.
right, and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
I
big,
mean,
yeah.
it's
This year is going to
huge.
be big for me to get, we have graduating will be for sure Faith and Braylon, right? So they'll be done
Yeah.
after this year. And then Kyra is still that wild card, fighting injuries, but still sticking it out and doing all that. But whether Kyra comes back or not,
Yeah.
that'll all depend on her
Be a great
physical
addition
shape.
too. Yeah.
So, but if she doesn't come back, and however things work out, I'm going to have 3 or 4 open spots for out-of-state kids
Yeah,
next year.
okay.
Which this year I didn't recruit any out-of-state
Right.
kids. So next year is going to be very interesting for me to go out and find some players that move the needle. And
Well, what about Adrian? Adrian,
Adrian's done.
She's
Sophomore.
done too, right?
Yep.
Cieli's done, right? And
Cieli's done.
Cieli would be
Adrian's
done,
done.
Faith.
Mitch, Faith,
yeah, no,
Braylon,
Mitch, right? Yeah.
Selena, Kayla, Bree. I have 9 sophomores. 9 because they're transfers.
Yeah,
So I
that's
only
right.
get 'em
Yeah,
for
yeah,
1
yeah.
year, just
yeah.
like KB last year.
Yeah.
I only get them for 1 year. So
Yeah.
I only have 4 true freshmen:
Mm-hmm.
Cece, Trista, Alana, and Lizzie. Oh, and Bianca. I have 5.
Yeah.
5 true freshmen. So 5 potential returners.
Yeah.
So that means I'm going to be looking for 8 or 9 new players.
Right.
But of those 8 or
Right.
9, 3 or 4 can be out of state,
Sure.
which is
huge.
huge. So
Yeah.
I've offered 2 players, both from. Actually, I've offered 1 for next year. The other one is actually a junior that would be for the year after.
Okay.
And I just offered a local kid that I'm really high on, really, really, really high on. I think
Okay.
she'd be a great replacement post
Okay.
player.
Oh, there we go. Good. Yeah.
And as time goes on and more conversations happen, I don't mind talking about names, but
Yeah.
right now I just kind of keep those, I build those and
Yeah.
cultivate those relationships with the players, with the parents.
Of course.
I have nothing to hide. I always tell them my best recruiting is my current and former players.
Yeah.
Jump on Instagram,
See what they have to say.
send them a message and say,
Send
hey,
'em,
I'm
yeah.
talking to Coach Savage. What was your experience? I don't
Yeah.
care who it is. Even the ones that didn't,
Yeah.
I don't, like the old saying goes, you got to break a few eggs to make a cake.
Yeah, yeah,
Not every kid has the best time here, right? And,
Yeah,
there's
right.
kids that don't fit my style and we move on.
Right.
But in general, my former players are my best recruiters.
Yeah.
And when parents hear me say that with so much conviction, like I stand by it 1,000,000%, that if you want to learn about my program, don't listen to me. call my
there
players,
you
my
go.
current players.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so yeah, I'll have that phone call tonight, and then, so it's a fun time of year. We're October 1st starts official practices, so we're less than a month away
Yeah.
from official practices,
Yeah.
and then it just goes boom.
There you go, right
just
into
like
the
that.
season.
And
yeah.
the next thing you know, we're talking about graduation and where those 9 players are going.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
But
Hang up more banners.
yeah, we gotta hang up some banners.
Yeah.
We gotta get some. What I want to hang up is more plaques, more 4.0
Oh,
plaques.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I'm pointing over here. I got a plaque
Yeah.
with all of my athletes that get 4.0s in a semester go up on a plaque, and
Yeah.
it's for a brand new program. There's a lot of names up there,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna
Yeah.
add to it. And I put it strategically right near the office door, right above the light switch, so it's almost impossible to miss it when you're
Yeah,
leaving.
you can't miss it. Yeah.
Can't miss it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff. I'm excited, and you can hear, like we said, Coach Lee. I've been impressed with his men's program down there, and just the first couple weeks of their classes, just watching them work and
yeah.
the intensity. And who knows what the future will hold, but it's gonna be some good games. So maybe next week we'll go over the schedule, and who knows? At some point, someday, we're gonna get a special guest in here.
Yeah, we'll get
and,
that. We'll get that rolling.
and we're gonna move it through. How about that? 50 minutes on the dot.
There it is.
Mike said he's gonna, what do you say, call an Uber and sleep on the way
Yeah,
home.
yeesh,
Self-driving
yeah.
car.
Come get my car tomorrow.
Come get the car tomorrow. Yeah, I'm fading fast. I'm fading fast because I'm tired and it was a long day. The
Man.
food didn't help any, but it was top-notch, delicious.
Yeah.
We will do that again. The pressure is on for next week. I'm gonna have to bring in Bobby Flay or like, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to have a celebrity chef in here. But yeah, no, and thanks to your dad for the farmer's market
yeah,
tomatoes.
Mom and Dad gave you some tomatoes over there. Yeah, and his friend Rocket. Yeah, he always gets these tomatoes, and there we go.
Delicious. Yeah, chop them
Yeah.
up, throw some cucumbers, some avocados, some red onions. We
Yeah.
throw some Italian dressing. It's Julie's little summer salad that we love to make. So thanks for those. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
They will go to good use.
Yeah.
And big week, man. I'm excited for football. What do you got? Anything else? We got work. Just
I got friends
Anything
coming
fun
in town
Oh, nice.
for the opening week of football. They'll be at my work. A bunch of Raider fans. So I'm looking forward to that. It's always a good time with these guys, Nate, Bobby, and Jim, Mary, all those guys, James.
Nice.
I can name them all off. Chong. It's a great group.
Nice.
Actually, Chong comes in from Ohio.
Yeah.
Everybody else comes in from California. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
other
excited
than
for this
that,
weekend. I
yeah.
have no work. After this weekend, things get really busy. You got a lot of home volleyball, home soccer matches. Got to get you out to some different sports. Home volleyball, home soccer. I got my SNOA score training, all the things. So this weekend I have off, and I'm going to enjoy it. Hang out with Julie and see if we can find some fun stuff to do, some good food to eat.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Here we
That'll
go.
do it.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for
Yes.
tuning in. That was show number 24. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah.
Show number 24 in the Doo Doo and Foo Show. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yes.
See you later.
Thank you.
Take care.